God, I forgot. Hey, you guys, I am so sorry. I got here so good, but I'm right on time. Hold on one moment. Okay, do we have everybody on the presenter side?
Mr.
Side? No, okay, I love the fact that they put you guys in holding, so you wasn't waiting on me. Okay, cool.
I'm not.
Okay, so today, you guys, we are covering closing. For the past 3 days, what we've covered on day one was preparation. Day two was appointment. Day three was telling your story, and today is actually closing. Um, Today isn't the last day of it. We actually have tomorrow, which will be a recap of everything. The homework assignment that you guys had yesterday was to actually share your story, was to tell your story to someone in those four different categories. So you're going to start off with what's your background, what you didn't like about your background. Then you're going to talk about the solution, how this company was a solution and where it's going to take you in the future. So what we're going to do really quick is go ahead and if everybody that's on the panelist line can go ahead and pause, go ahead and volume off and turn your cameras off. I still hear someone. I'm not sure who. I think it's Alyssa and Nichelle. I'm muting Nichelle out now. I'm muting out Alyssa. Everybody else is good. All righty, so we're gonna go ahead and start the video. Again, this is all about closing. At some point before we end this, we'll go ahead and talk about your stories. I'm hoping you guys were able to do your homework assignment and share your story with your family. So give me one moment here.
All right, welcome back. We're going to be talking in this module, module 4, about closing. How do you, after the presentation, after you tell the story and do the thing, how do you move them down the process through follow-up and through questions to help them make a decision, to become a customer, to become a distributor? Now, again, I told you, we're focused on recruiting 20 distributors in 30 days, but you're going to get tons of customers on top of that, of people who weren't ready, their timing wasn't right, or they weren't ready to become a distributor, but they will become a customer, and maybe they'll become a distributor in a month, or 2 months, or 3 months, okay? Both are okay. Our goal is not that they join, our goal is education and understanding. That's our goal. They'll make a decision on their own if they're prepared, if they're entrepreneurial or not, and all those different kinds of factors, okay? Now, so we go through presentation, we tell the story, do the thing, and then after we're done doing the thing, what do you do then? You got somebody who's now thinking about it, what do you do then? Some people don't like it when I use the word closing, you know, because it's like it sounds so hardcore. But really, we're trying to help a person make a decision that they want to make, okay? And there's a process to do this. There's a simple process to do this. Now, some of this might feel overwhelming. I hope not, because, look, we prepared you to start. We let you see the value of this. And then we talk to you about how do you build your list. We give you some tools to do that. How do you invite those people to sit down with you and how to fill your calendar, how to present to them by telling the story and doing the thing. Hopefully it's not too overwhelming so far. Okay, you should be able to fill the calendar, tell the story, do the thing. Everybody watching can do that. But there's a little bit of practice involved in this. A little bit, not a lot. But let me just walk you through what I would do at the end of any presentation. Once I told the story and did the thing, I would ask a question. Question number one. What did you like best about what you just saw? What did you like best? I just did the thing. What did you like best? I like the income. I like the product. I like whatever. Okay, they're going to give you lots of different answers. Okay, their answer is their answer. It's going to give you some clues on where you can go and their level of interest. But what did you like best about what you just saw? That takes their mind into a positive direction, and you're going to get a positive response. Number two, on a scale of 1 through 10, what number would you be? If 1 is you have 0 interest and 10 is you're ready to get started right this moment, just give me an idea of where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. So can you remember this so far? What did you like best? Scale of 1 to 10, where are you? Guess what you're going to get a lot of here? 5s, 6s, 7s. People don't want to seem too easy, too eager. But here's a clue for you. Anything over a 1 is good. Anything over a 1 is good. If they had 0 interest, they'd tell you 1. No thanks, it's a 1. Cool. No problem. If it's a 2, that just means they got some skepticism, they got some background, they have some psychic damage from some previous experience. Something happened, family member got involved, it didn't work out, who knows? Something happened that caused them to be less than enthusiastic. They would tell you 1 if it's an absolute no shot. But if they give you a 2, then you can start to move them in a positive direction. If they want to go there, okay? Not convincing somebody to do something outside of what they want to do, because we're building a long-term relationship here. Hypothetical part-time income. So here's what I would ask. I would just say, look, what did you like best? Well, I like the residual income. Fantastic. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1, you have 0 interest, 10, you're ready to go. Where do you find yourself? Where do you see yourself? Well, I'm a 6. That's fine. That's fair. Hypothetically, if you were going to get started with this opportunity on a part-time basis, hypothetically, if you're going to get started with this on a part-time basis, off the record, between you and me, what kind of income would you need to make per month in order for this to be worth your time? Really important language. In order for this to be worth your time. Every single person on earth has a number where it would become worth their time to do it. Hypothetically, if you were to do this on a part-time basis, how much income would you need to make on a monthly basis in order to make this worth your time? And then they're going to give you a number. And instead of saying, hey, if you can earn $10,000, would you be interested? Don't ask that question. Ask them. Their answers are really important. It's super important that you don't answer this for people. What did you like best? Let them answer. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are they? Let them answer. Hypothetically, how much would you need to earn on a part-time basis to make this worth your time? Let them answer. Okay? Number 4, it's a super ninja pen. Number 4, how many hours per week? Could you realistically commit to developing that type of income? Let's say they say $1,000 a month would be worth their time. How many hours a week, realistically, do you think you could commit to developing that $1,000 income? I can give it 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. You can get lots of those, 5 and 10. Fantastic. Question number 5. How many months would you be willing to work 5 to 10 hours a week while you were developing a $1,000 part-time income? They're going to give you an answer. You're going to get lots of 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year. And then question 6, number 1 question in network marketing, if I, would you? here's that. If I could show you how to develop $1,000 monthly residual income, working 5 to 10 hours a week over the course of the next 6 months, would you be ready to get started? If I could show you how to develop a $5,000 monthly income working 20 hours a week over the course of the next 12 months, would you be ready to get started? If I could show you how to get everything you wanted, I just ask you, what's your dream situation? And if I could show you how to get it, would you be ready to get going with me? And they're either going to say yes, or they got some question or objection, then you can move down that process, okay? But at the end of every exposure, what'd you like best, scale of 1 to 10? Hypothetical part-time income, how many hours a week, how many months, if I would you. Now, even if you're not making the income in the hours and the months that they want to make, they're a different person. That's okay. That's not required that you're making that. What's required is that somebody is, or you can let them know. Let's say, for example, somebody has done what they want to do. They come and say, I want to make $8,000 a month working 10 hours a week over the course of 6 months. If there's somebody in your company that's done that, then you could say, well, let me show you what they did in order to be able to accomplish that. They got to this rank, and here's what you would have to do in order to be able to get to that rank in order to be able to make that happen on average, okay? If no one in your company has ever done what they want to do, then you can say, listen, I'm not going to judge you and say that you can't do it. Nobody in our company has done that yet, but you could be the first. Here's what it would take in order to be able to do it. And you should be able, with your compensation plan, to be able to sketch out a rough hypothetical, no guarantees, there's no guarantees in anything, but a rough hypothetical situation of what the structure would need to look like on average in general in order for a person to be able to get this type of result. Understand? So these 6 questions, what'd you like best, scale of 1 to 10, hypothetical part-time income, how many hours a week, how many months would you be willing to do it? If I could show you how to get what you want, would you be ready to get started? They either say yes or I've got more questions. And if they have more, then we get to objections. And objections are pretty simple. I'm going to give you a general rule on objections. First of all, if you tell your story properly, you're going to get way less objections. If you tell the story and do the thing, you're going to get way less objections. If you go through this process, you're going to get way less objections. If you just start saying, well, what'd you think? You're going to get lots of objections. So if you follow this process, it's designed to eliminate the critic in their mind and have them step into possibility.
Hey everybody. Okay, really quick. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but some of you guys may be new, but for the people that have been around for a while, these are the 6 questions that I use faithfully. I use them when I run ads. I use them when I prospect. I use them pretty much everything. So what I do is let's say I have to send someone a video, or if I'm just sharing the business verbally with them, or I'm doing a presentation, whatever the case may be, I always ask them those 6 questions. So the first thing I ask them, what do they like about what they saw or what they heard? Once I get their response, then I ask them those 6 questions. And you're pretty much going to seal the deal if you do that. If you go to TawanaHouston.com, and that's my website, and you click on extra income, you will see where I have the video, and then I have those 6 questions listed. So anytime that I'm exposing someone to the business, I will route them to my website. I have them watch the videos. I need to update it with the new videos, but I have them watch it. And then they answer those questions, and I automatically get an email when they answer it. So if they answer those questions, you have a clear picture of what that person needs. They'll say that, hey, I need $1,000 a month to make this worth my while. I'm willing to invest 6 months in this business. So it helps you figure out how to help that individual, figure out what they need so that they will stick to the business long term. Now, let's say somebody responded back to me and they said, I only want to be in the business. I'll give it 30 days. If they say something like that. If they say I only give it 30 days, then, I'm sorry. If they say they're only going to give it 30 days, then I would normally respond back to them and say, you know, you're not who I'm looking for. If you really want this business to grow, then you need to be able to commit to it. I'm sorry, you guys. My husband just brought me some flowers. He just came from the meeting, so. Oh my goodness. But I'm sorry, y'all. But let me see. I see we have a couple questions here. Tasha, Candace, so sweet. I saw, I believe it was Mel had her hand raised. India said, boy, bye. Okay, so let's see here. I thought I saw Mel's hand raised, but I don't see a question down here. So Mel, if you have a question, if you can just type it in the chat box. But you guys, these questions are in the workbook. These questions are also on my website. So type in TawanaHouston.com, go to extra income, and you will see the questions listed there. If you have your own website, that's something that you may want to implement, where you can have your video there, the video that you like, to expose to people, and then have the questions listed below. You route them to your site, they answer the questions, and when they answer the questions, you'll get an automatic email. So if you're setting up a three-way call, this is golden for your sponsor or whoever's doing the call for you. They have everything. So you call, for example, if I need a three-way call, I will call India and I will say, hey, India, this person needs to earn an extra $1,000 a month. This person stated they're willing to put in a year in the business. This person stated that they rated this 8 out of 10. They have everything that they need. And then that way, when they do the three-way call, they know where to hit. They said, okay, I understand that you need an extra $1,000 a month. This is how you get it. I understand that you rated this 8 to 10. What was those 2 points? What was it that you didn't see? What can I do to get it to a 10? So it's golden, you guys. You pretty much seal the deal if you ask those questions. All righty, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I don't see any questions here other than what's the website login? I don't have one. I'm gonna put the link to my site here so you guys can go peep at it and see what I'm talking about. But that's my website. Click on extra income and you'll see it. You'll see it there. All righty, so let's get back to the video.
Thinking. That's what it's designed to do. So if you get questions or objections, understand that there's really only 2 types. One, they have a limiting belief about themselves. I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too timid, I'm too shy, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I'm not a salesperson. All of those objections are just a limiting belief about themselves. It's not true. It's just a limiting belief. Or second, they have a limiting belief about network marketing. Oh, it's a scam. Only the people at the top make money. You have to get involved early. You got to take advantage of your relationships. You have to abuse your friends. You've got to be a pushy salesperson. They have a limiting belief about network marketing based upon some false assumption. Okay? So if you understand that there's only two, when you hear somebody give you an objection, you got to say, oh, that's a limiting belief about themselves. Oh, that's a limiting belief about network marketing. But the answer to both, helps you categorize, but the answer to both is just a very simple formula. Let me give you a formula here. One, listen. When they start giving you the objection, really listen with respect. Be attentive. Absorb it all instead of just waiting for your chance to talk. Okay? Listen. Two, relate. Relate to them. See, what a lot of people do, and I've done it too, because you get so frustrated, you're super excited about network marketing, so somebody says, I don't have the time. And you go, oh, you have the time, you have lots of time, you're wasting time every day. Come on, take charge of your life, and they're like, whoa, it's a little bit too much, right? It doesn't exactly build rapport. But if you relate to them and say, you know what, I'm just like you. When I first looked at this, I didn't think I had time either. So relating to them, we're the same, you and me. I don't have the money. I had the same thought. How do I find up with extra money? This whole thing. Or, they start talking about network marketing. Only people at the top make money. You know what? I thought the same thing too. You and I think the same. We tend to like people who are alike, or that are like us. So the more you can relate to the person and let them know they're not crazy for the objection, let them know you thought about that stuff too, and let you know. And then tell your story. See, what some people will do when it comes to objections is they'll try and change that person's mind. There's a better way to do it. If I listen, you say, well, I just don't have the time. I listen to you. I make sure I really get it. I wait till you're finished. And I say, listen, I totally get it. I relate to you. We're the same, you and me. I had the same objection. I had the same challenge. I had the same problem. But let me tell you what I realized, and this is where you tell your story. You build your rut and let them feel how alike you are. You build your frustration, your pain, like we talked about in telling your story, versus telling them to change their lives. You're going to say, here's my story. Let me just tell you, when I first looked at this, I didn't think I had the time either. But you know what I realized? I realized that at this stage of my life, if I didn't have the time, and if I didn't change something, I was never going to have the time. I was never going to have true freedom. I was never going to be able to give my family the things that they needed. And you know what I realized? I realized that if it was important enough to me, and if there was enough opportunity available to me, that I could find time. I could carve time out. I could make time happen. I could make time work for me. I could rearrange some priorities. And you know what? I did that. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. Okay, so I'm telling my time story and letting you see if maybe there's some possibilities to relate to it. And then number 4 is ask a question, which is, if I, would you? So listen, relate, tell the story, and then ask the question. If I can show you how to do this the same way I learned how to do it, by rearranging some priorities, figuring some things out so you could buy time back. If I could show you how to do that, would you be prepared to take the next step? They say, yeah, sure. If you can show me how. Show me how. Show me how you did it. So if somebody says, I don't have the money, listen to them and really understand, okay? You're saying, and maybe even asking some clarifying questions. Are you saying you absolutely don't have the money, or right now things are a little bit tight and you'd have to make some different choices? Just get some understanding on it, then relate to them. I understand it too. No matter how much you make, it seems like we all have the same amount at the end of every month, which is not enough. Don't have enough to pay the bills. Don't have enough to pay all the credit cards. Don't have enough to take care of all the payments. So how are you going to add extra expense onto that?
Okay, you guys, let's talk about that for a minute. Somebody said, what happened? Did you guys hear me okay? Can somebody comment? I see Dion documented what happened.
She was talking about Tony and the Flowers.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, let's talk about this for a minute. Listening is key. You must be a great listener, and you cannot be afraid to, how can I put it? To question the responses that they give you. So let's say Jasmine, I'm prospecting her, and she tells me, because keep in mind, I'm telling my story first. That's how I get her buy-in. I'm letting her know about my background, what I didn't like about it, how this company helped me, and how it's going to help me in the future. 9 times out of 10, the next time I talk to her, the first thing I'm leading with, so tell me about you. Tell me about your background, what you don't like about it, and so on. So I know her history first. That's key, because your story has to be relatable. So that's how they're going to buy into you. That's how they're going to gravitate to you. So when she sees this presentation and she says, I don't have time, I can remind her, and I can say, Jasmine, you don't have time for what? What are you so busy doing? Are you busy doing a lot of the things that you hate? Or are you busy doing the things that you enjoy? So you have to listen, and you have to put yourself in position where you're always going to win. So if you ask her that question, she's really going to think, okay, I'm busy working all these hours. I'm busy not spending time with my family. I'm busy doing nothing, basically. And then you can create a plan to help them shape their life, reshape their life, free up some time and say, you know what, Jasmine, let me help you free up some time so that you can actually do some things that you enjoy doing. Let me help you get rid of that job that you don't like, if that's your choice. Or let me help, if you like your job, let me help you bring additional income in the household so that your family can do more things. So that's why the story is so important. It's so important for you to tell the story, because you become relatable. So the next time that you guys connect, they will feel comfortable sharing the same information with you. So it's so important to listen. So I wanted to share that piece with you guys, because that's pretty much how I seal the deal. I get excuses all the time. And it's really excuses, you guys. I rarely have heard legit reasons why not to start this business, other than I just don't have the money. And a lot of times, if they don't have the money, so the first thing I say is, okay, so tell me what you do every day. You go to work, you clock in, you have your lunch breaks, you clock out, you go home, you cook dinner. All of that. They never mention their lunch, like what they do during their lunch. You never hear them say in the evening, I cook my dinner and pack my lunch. You never hear that. So I always say, okay, so do you pack your lunch every day? They say no. I know for a fact, when I was at Wells Fargo, I spent over $400 a month in that cafeteria. $400 a month in the cafeteria. I ate in that cafe breakfast and lunch every day. And it's not inexpensive when the cafeteria is on site. So you have to be a good listener. You have to find ways for them to free up their money. And when you check them and you put them in their place, it's not that you're being rude. It's that you're helping them realize that the way they're doing things is not the right way. So you're reconditioning their mindset to free up that money so that they can see that extra $80, $90 a month that they need to pay to operate this business. Is what I'm saying. So you have to be a great listener, and it starts with your story. If you didn't become vulnerable and share what you didn't like about your past, when you guys have that first appointment, they're not going to do it either. So your story is very important. Make sure that you touch those 4 areas that we discussed yesterday, so that when you meet with them, they will do the same thing. And when they see that presentation for the first time, you know what to say, because you already know their background, you know their story. Okay? All right. Do we have any questions before I go on to the rest of the video? It's a short video. We don't have much of it left. So if you got any questions, let me know. And there goes, exactly, Jasmine. And there goes your monthly overhead, Felicia. Yep, exactly. Okay, all right, let's get back to it.
But let me tell you a story. what I realized for me. At this age, at this stage of my life, if I didn't have money to be able to take a chance on a small business, I was never going to be able to take a chance on a business for myself. If I couldn't do it with this, what were the chances of me ever being able to do it with, you know, the huge amounts of money a traditional business would cost to start? And I just decided my dream was worth it. That I would say no to some movies for a little while. I would say no to eating out for a little while, and I'd bag some lunches for a little while, and I'd just make a few different choices. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made, because I'm excited now. I'm excited about my future. I'm excited about taking charge of my life. I'm proud of me for rearranging those priorities and not just living like average people, but doing something extraordinary. So let me ask you a question. If I could show you how to do the same thing that I was able to figure out, would you be prepared to take the next step with me? The answer is going to be almost all the time, sure. If it's a network marketing, limiting belief about that, listen, relate, tell your story, ask a question. Listen, relate, tell your story, ask a question. It's a very simple formula. It's going to take a little bit of practice. And understand this, you're going to be doing this with 100 different people in a month. So you're going to get really good at this. And the first 10 times it's going to be, you know, not great. And that's okay. Maybe you practice with some friends, practice with some family, because you're going to use that. Remember, respect, practice, and support. Those 3 words we talked about with Hot Market. Maybe practice with those people and tell them, listen, you know, here's what I'm supposed to do when you have a question. And you can literally say it word for word. I'm supposed to listen to you. I'm supposed to relate to you. I'm supposed to tell you my story. I'm supposed to ask you a question. Walk through and practice with them. Do some practice. Follow through on this, and you're going to get great results. Now, here's what's going to happen at the end of this. You're going to end up with, in my opinion, a very good percentage of people becoming a distributor and another very good percentage of people becoming a customer. You're going to end up feeling amazing because after doing this 100 times, you filled up your calendar. Where's the calendar? Hold on. You've sent out 200 text messages now, right? You did this in the end of whatever month before the 30 days that you're going to do this. You filled that entire calendar, packed it. You didn't know what to say, and I gave you some structure to be able to do that. In your presentation, you're going to tell the story, and you're going to do the thing. Tell the story and do the thing. Every one of you can do that, and so long as you focus on the story and you make sure you cover all 4 points, you're going to have very good reception to what it is that you're there to do. And our goal, again, education and understanding. That's our goal. And at the end of every presentation, you can just go ask them some questions. What'd you like best? Scale of 1 to 10. Hypothetical, part-time, how many hours, how many months, if I would you. And then if you get questions or objections, if you do the other parts right, you know, the more kind of unskilled you are, the more questions and objections you're going to get, the more lack of confidence you show. If you show you're timid, weak, or meek, or apologizing all the time, you're going to find you're going to get much more questions and objections because you're planting seeds of doubt in people's minds by your posture, right? But remember I told you my friend Terry did 140 presentations over the course of the first, that 10-day blast? Well, when he first started, the presentations were like 30 and 40 minutes long, and he was a little bit timid with them. But after about 10 or 15, he was just bang, bang, bang. Here's my story. Here's my, you know, he told the story. He did the thing. He said, you in or you out? He was just super bold because he was doing it so much. He got in a groove. He got in a rhythm with it. He was doing it so much, and he got so much posture with it that his results went up and up and up because he was more and more confident. The fact that you're going to be doing this over a month, you're going to get really good, really fast, okay? So you can just make, hey, here's this, are you in or you out? I'm bringing in 20 over the course of this month. I'm putting together the dream team. You either want to be part of it or you don't. You either want to be part of something incredible over the next 12 months and the rest of our lives or not. The people who decide to get in are going to make a good decision. The people decide that now's not the time, it's going to be a bad decision, in my opinion. I love you anyway. But, you know, hey, the train's leaving, I'm going to go. You got some energy now, right? You got some momentum, you got some enthusiasm, you got some excitement. And people are attracted to something that is in motion, attracted to something that is not just so needy. Because when you do this once a month or once every 2 months, you're so needy. Your posture is so beautiful. Thank you so much for meeting with me. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Thank you. You're just so many times so pitiful, so filled with a lack of confidence that people are like, I don't want to do what you're doing with people that I know. Be bold, but boldness comes from repetition. And that's what this is going to force you to do. It's going to put you in the deep end of the pool, and you're going to learn how to swim. Over the course of that month, you're going to get good at this, all right? Getting good. So this process will help you get those people to a positive decision. And understand it might take 3, 4, 5, 6 exposures, answer an objection. Maybe they try the product, because again, the first 10 days, we're going to be heavily loaded on presentations. Second 10 days, lots of follow-up, getting questions answered. They're trying the product, they're sampling this, they're talking to their spouse, all that other kind of stuff. The last 10 days, a lot of emphasis on helping those people get over the fence and make a decision, okay? Some are going to join in all 3 sections of the 30-day cycle, but just understand the primary focus of each is going to be slightly different. Got it? All right. Now, in the last module, module 5, I'm going to talk to you about one bonus structure or one bonus concept to force you to get your 20 and 30. One idea that I will give you that will provide fuel and momentum and certainty to getting the 20 and 30 done. And then we're going to talk about how to get your brand new people started effectively, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed the journey up until now. Hope you've gotten value. That's my goal, is to over-deliver on value. I want more people to get 20 and 30 than has ever happened in network marketing out of a group of students here engaged in growing their business and growing their lives and helping other people do the same thing. So hope you enjoyed this module. See you on part 5 on the other side.
Okay, you guys, if I could, would you posture up, show confidence, Jasmine? Okay, you guys, this module here is the icing on the cake. It kind of blends everything together. If you were paying attention, you would have noticed it. But, excuse me, I got heartburn so bad, you guys. It's been a long day. Okay, so let's talk a little bit before we talk about everything for tomorrow. So Jasmine, Nichelle, whoever's on this panelist line, can you take your camera off? Or do I need to do something for you to take it off? Type in the comments. Let me see what I got to do. Hold on 1 second. I don't see nobody's camera. Do I got to do something special for you guys to come on? Hold on.
It said that the video
Okay.
from the host stopped on mine.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm a little discombobulated today. All right, Miss.
Mine say my video stopped by the host.
Let's talk.
Can you hear me, T?
Jay. Yes, I hear you. I need you to put your camera on now.
It says stop by you.
Okay, why all I see is India's eyes moving around in the dark? Oh, now she's walking around. Look, oh Lord.
I just sent you a message to start.
Okay, I'm on.
Alyssa, you good, honey?
Lord, I'm looking bad. Hold on.
LaQuincia, you good? All right, we got Nicolette in the house. Nichelle Barnes. Let's see. Nichelle, you on here, so I'm gonna put you on too. Nicolette, I'm unmute her. Okay, so let's talk. Let me mute y'all back. Hold on. Okay, all right, you guys. So, closing. Closing is all about listening. Most people do not have what?
Money.
What do most people don't have?
Time, they say.
No, they don't have
Money and
listening
time.
skills. They don't have listening skills. Yeah, money.
Oh,
Most leaders, they don't have listening skills. Now, I know that for a fact because that was me. I used to be that person that before you even spoke, I already knew what I was going to say. It's like I saw your lips, want, but I already knew how I was going to respond. You got to really take the time to listen to what they're saying so that you know how to respond, right? And that comes from your story. So if you share your story first, automatically going to share their story with you. And then when they see that first meeting or have that first exposure, they are going to pretty much just vomit. They just going to share everything with you, what they need, the whole 9 yards. Now, who are my directs on here? I only have a handful of directs on here, but I got okay, so let's start with Alyssa Davis. Alyssa, what was it about me that drew you into the business? You're on mute, honey.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Well, you want the truth?
Oh Lord.
You know, I knew you from high school, a little quiet, lame girl from high school. I had been following you starting June of that particular year. And I had noticed that you always post about travel. And you didn't even blitz me either. That was the funny part. I thought you was gonna like hound me about it, but you didn't. And I would constantly ask you questions. You invited me a couple of times to a showcase, and I never showed up. Never. So one day the light just went off, and I said, "Well, she's always traveling, and it seems to be she's making money as well." So pretty much, social media sold it for me.
Okay, so let me add one little piece to that. You said that social media sold it. But what it was that when I was prospecting you, you told me everything I needed to know. When I was prospecting, I didn't have to say anything. So that was because I was listening. So you reached out to me, you told me you was interested. So I knew I had you from there. You told me what you liked about it. I knew I had you. I didn't have to bomb it on you. You have to have business patience. If you see people are interested in what you have, you already got them. Most people mess up because they try to say, this, my company do this, my company do all that, and you lose them because you're not focused on their need. So when they are expressing what they need, you need to allow them to understand the business on their own. It took you months to get into the business. I could have stressed you out. I could have said, hey, let's meet at the coffee shop. I could have called you. Did we ever talk on the phone? Ever?
Nope.
Not one time. Now,
One time.
Alisa, I knew her in high school many years ago. Many years ago. We weren't even tight in high school. We connected on Facebook, never, ever heard each other's voice. Period. Straight texting. And she joined the business. So it's just a matter of to study people's pages, pay attention to what they're typing instead of being programmed. A lot of people are programmed and they're like, okay, she said that, I'm gonna send this. My mentor told me to send this. No, your mentor is there to give you a guide, to help you understand how people are going to respond, but you got to use your common sense. You got to listen and realize how to meet their needs. And I knew that she was like, okay, I'm going to get back with you. I wasn't going to jump on her and say, when you going to get back with me? I already knew she was interested, so I just knew if I kept posting, she would see it. My goal is to be that person that always shows up on your. So if you forget about me, you can't. You're going to be reminded constantly. Oh, they go to remind constantly. I'm always gonna post. So that's the way I like to recruit. But for this, you guys, for closing, it's all about being a great listener. Go ahead. I'm sorry, India. Go ahead. Let me go on.
Everybody's talking about you going in and out. See if you can move around. You're muted, Tawana. You're muted.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna walk downstairs because I normally downstairs have the internet box. I'm gonna walk from it. So, all right. Y'all keep. All right, go there. Okay, I'm sorry. Is it getting better?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, the internet box is all the way in the basement, so upstairs it don't work too good.
Okay. We good? Okay, all righty. So you guys, that was the end of the video. It's all about closing. What I want to do, if nobody has any other questions, I want to talk about what I think we should do going into September 4th. Does anybody have any other questions? It says 27 new messages. I can't read all of that. No, I keep seeing there's a problem echoing.
No, it's just everybody saying it's echoing.
Is it still echoing now?
Kinda.
All right, y'all be all right.
Well done.
Y'all will be okay, because I don't know how to fix the echo. Oh, let me make sure my Facebook isn't up. Hold on. A lot of times the Zoom's still up. Zoom. Hold on. Is that better? Okay, my Zoom was up. I think that was.
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about this. So, what a lot of times when we do trainings like this, it dies down. September 4th come, everybody live, we did their homework, and we have no message going out on the 4th. So what I think we should do is come up with a slogan or a theme or something that we blast on Facebook every day up until that day. And that's what I want to come up with before we get off this phone. So 20 and 30 isn't that catchy? Just something, I don't know, just the message that we have. Just say we have 20 people to plug in. That's 4,000 messages that's going out, right? So we say something building up to the 4th. A message that we deliver building up to the 4th. Because it's just not about your friends list. Your friends list need to see that you're building up to something. Miss Diane, you're on mute, honey. I see your lips moving, but you know. Hold on, let me unmute you. Go ahead. Go ahead, you're on mute.
A cup.
What cup? What you drinking?
Oh, darn, get me off.
You need.
I'm talking to my mom at my mom's house.
Okay.
Tell her happy birthday, DT.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Enjoy your day.
She says she hope you enjoyed your day, Mom.
I did. I have. I've been really blessed.
That is good.
All right. Thank you, T.
You're welcome. Let me put you back on mute.
Hashtag build the Blitz.
But we need to come up with something. So if you guys do that bomb squad,
Bombs?
that's good. But what we gonna say? We need to say something about the movement, something that's happening on September 4th. What holiday is that? What's September 4th?
Labor Day.
Labor, okay.
Labor Day? I never know. I always mix them two up. So Labor Day. It's already a big holiday. Everybody is off on that day. That's a perfect day for us to get everybody off. They want to work. We should get a huge response on that day. So we're gonna win the race. We're gonna win the race. Labor Day Blitz. How about that? Labor Day Blitz. 2,000 messages, 400 messages in 24 hours. Something like that. 24. How about that? 24 messages, 24 hours. Labor Day Blitz. Into fall, similar to running, sliding into fall. Cheryl, I love you. Bridging the Blitz, no lane, 2,000 messages in 24 hours. Yeah, I want something like that that's very direct. So something like we're gonna shut down social media. We're gonna that says bridging the Blitz.
Birthing.
Thank you.
Oh. Birthing the Blitz. What does that mean? I mean, I understand what it means, but think about the people on the outside. They gonna understand what it means. Blitz movement. That's a good one. They ain't gonna understand what that means. Something that says, okay, we're gonna shut down Facebook. So we said something like 2,000 messages will be sent to the top. I don't know. Before I even got my words out. Say so. I don't know, but it needs to be something. Or just, you know what? It don't have to be the same message. Everybody just blow up Facebook and say we're super excited about shutting Facebook down on September 4th. Yeah, if you're a business-minded person, you will understand on September 4th. Because hopefully everybody has everybody on their friends list on their list, the 200 list. A lot of people probably gonna get duplicate messages because a lot of us got the same the same friends. So I did that post about who about Paige and Traverse Global, so I don't message none of them. I like that. How about the Blitz is coming? I like that. The Blitz is coming. I like that. Let's do that.
The Blitz is coming. Stay tuned.
The Blitz is coming September 4th. Yeah, everybody do that. The Blitz is coming September 4th. They won't know what the word. I like that. I like it. Who put that? Oh, that's India. Yeah, the Blitz. What do y'all think about that? The Blitz is coming. Everybody just blow it up on Facebook from now until the 4th. The Blitz is coming. I like that. So for those that's on the line.
Cool, I like that.
Yeah, you see, Jazz did the hashtag. The Blitz.
I was going to say to everybody, make sure they hashtag it.
Yeah, hashtag it. You guys see Jasmine's hashtag? The Blitz is coming. In September 4th, huge floodgates coming. Girl, they gonna think it's Houston.
They gonna think Harvey coming or something. They gonna think we finna get some Texas weather.
Oh Lord, Diane, go and put the camera back off, honey. Let me put it back off. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. The Blitz is coming. So
what's wrong with my camera? I had to move in the kitchen.
Uh-oh, got me. All right, so so for you guys that are still online, hopefully you guys have listened to day 1 through day 4. This is my favorite training out of all the trainings I've purchased. This has been the most effective. So I hope you take it seriously. If you didn't catch every day, just go back and listen to it and implement the technique, do the homework assignment. But on September 4th, everybody will be sending out 200 messages. So it's going to be 200 times. I'm hoping at least 20. I'm hoping we can send out at least 4,000 messages on Monday. No specific time. Okay, so Roberto stated that he has 275 contacts and they're all categories. He said, I'm nervous, but I'm committed. Woo! You go, boy. That's a good one, Roberto. So let's do this, Roberto. Before you message either one of them, get with Jasmine and talk about your strategy. Which script are you using to message all of them? So we can make sure you don't burn the list, okay? But that's a lot. That is great, Roberto.
I see Percy.
Even if only 20. Huh?
I see Percy say he's sending out 300.
Oh, wow. Percy? You said Percy?
Yep.
Ooh, Percy, you categorized this yet? My echo is bad. I think it's my computer going. I don't know, but Percy, great. Categorized it already.
Did Nichelle say she got 300? Nichelle, you got 300?
She said she thought it was 300.
How many you got, Nichelle? Now, Percy said most of the code. I love the code market because they can't just show you. It's your first impression, it's their last impression. When you're dealing with the hot market, every business you've been in, they basing their decision off of what Pookie, your cousin, done told you. I love the cold market. So if you have a warm and cold market, you have the right of get. Well, I guess if you get with me, get with Robin. And, who is your direct person? He's direct to Robin or her mom. Miss Bernice.
Person was direct to Robin.
All right, so leave Mama Bernice alone.
She chilling in Mexico anyway. She ain't got time for no 3-ways.
Okay, so this has been fun. I don't want to too long. You guys. Tomorrow we're gonna recap everything anyway. The only thing I want you to do today is make sure that you have all the assignments from Monday through Thursday completed so that tomorrow we can have a successful recap and we can launch on Monday. Turn it around again, Jasmine. Module 5, motivation and accountability. What's that? That's what it's called? It's called recap on mine.
Listen, I printed this straight from the book, girl. Look, I got that's what it's called. Look.
Motivation and accountability.
That's number 4. And that's number 5.
Okay, cool. All right, so module number 5 is motivation and accountability. It's going to recap everything from the past 4 days. So, you guys, in cold, I've gone through my, but we'll hit them up again. It's coming. Okay, so this is what you guys to do. Go on Facebook. Everybody that's still listening, go on Facebook and hashtag the Blitz is coming. The Blitz is coming. Should we put the date? No date? No date. So just put the Blitz is coming. Blow up Facebook and put the Blitz is coming. Hashtag, just like Roberto did there. Oh, he only put the panelists, so they can't see it. Hold on, let me copy it. All panelists and the Blitz is coming. Okay, so I just put it there. The Blitz is coming. Copy and paste that. If anyone is on this line that has not received all the documents that you need to successfully complete this program, please reach out to your upline if you miss anything. We've posted a list pretty much every day, a link every day, where you can go in and download the workbook, the calendar, the memory job, and the scripts. So if you have not received that, get the upline so you can get it ASAP. Okay, so we've been posting it every day. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and end it. Everybody go on Facebook and say the Blitz is coming, blow it up. Tag everybody and their mama. It's Blitz is coming. Hey, LaQuincy.
I'm on the cruise ship on the 4th, DT.
That's okay if you got on Zoom.
Huh? What you say?
Are you on a cruise ship?
Yeah, I get on it on the 3rd. I'll be on it to the 9th.
Okay, they got this internet. You
trying to break me? You go, all right, I need a donation sent. I need a donation from all my folk right here laughing, especially India.
No excuses. No excuses.
I need a donation.
No, you don't need no donation. Not if you're going on no ship. You're going to be out there for 6 days. We need a donation from you. How about that?
Well, I need one. Call me $2,200.
keep muting her, but she
$2,200 for that.
A lot of money.
I love you guys. Go on our Facebook and put hashtag the Blitz is coming. Tag everybody in vacation.
It's done already.
Oh, it's done already?
Yeah, mine's done. Done.
Love you guys.
We tagging people?
Yeah, tag everybody. You can spread the word. The Blitz is coming.
Okay.
So when they know what, so we cross that convention, they gonna be like, that's that Blitz. That Blitz got them up there. That Blitz is coming. It's coming. Ain't that right, Tasha? It's coming. I'm gonna restart my computer. Oh my God, you guys! I do have right here.
Don't restart it. Go throw it in the trash.
What? I just got this, and I'm past my time. Take it back. I didn't get the extended.
You can buy another one.
I'm gonna do a drive-by. You keep on muting me and taking.
Yeah, drive-by.
She kicked me. I'm coming over there.
You ain't coming to Conyers this time of night.
I know that's right. All right, love you guys.
Tawana.
Huh?
Are we tagging just our partners, or are we tagging everybody we know?
Everybody, your mom. No, just do. You don't want to spam your people that you don't know. So just do the partners. The Blitz is coming. And
Just say that again.
Put the Blitz is coming and tag everybody. Just partners.
Okay.
Because you don't want to tick off your followers.
Okay.
And the partners are probably going to ask what you're talking about. Say, you shall see. That's all you got to
say. Okay.
Coming.
Okay.
So they tagged about 3-4 times from other people.
Okay.
Great job, Roberto.
Yes. Thank you. I'm loving this.
All righty. This is one of the But all right. Love you guys. Bye.
Good night.